walls are for family. Give us the kind heart. You make us all. It's got the power. Birds are breathing and we keep my life. Surrender. It's life. Give us
Mic test, mic test.
Let's move forward. Remember, we are recording, so we can't have spaces in front, so that then those that come late can sit at the back. Really, it's a kind request. If you can move to this table, so that we have this table full. Like, don't sit alone at the back. Try and move forward. Then we can start.
Because we're recording,
Yeah.
try as much to stay in front of.
Yeah, I will
If you
do
move
that.
up.
Yeah. Ngihlale lapha. Esiyane. Ay, discipline, discipline. Hey. Happy Happy birthday, Lisa. Happy birthday. To how old is it? 150 years of existence. We thank God for that. I will request they say you cannot do anything until the host has said something. So I request Mr. Mutale Huang, who is the regional director of Eastern Cape, and I must say one of the kindest. Remember, we work with different people, and you can feel when somebody is kind. Since we've known him, I think I've known him since 2014, but I know that he was the RD before that. And I will request that he comes and welcomes us to the region of Eastern Cape. Thank you.
no, it's fine.
Program Director Prof. Ngubane, the Executive Dean of the College of Education, which we call it SEDUS with her, the Acting HOD of Education in the Eastern Cape, Dr. Nugu, and the entire management team of education that is surrounding him, the Dr. Ngidi, who is also a speaker today, the chairperson of the interim regional SRC, Mr. Skolile Lungonongolo, and the entire regional SRC, UNISA Regional Eastern Cape Regional Management, and the regional colleagues, also with the part of the led by Ms. Dr. Mulota, amongst them the head facilitation of learning, the former UNISA alumni chapter of Mthata, and the members of alumni present. Ladies and gentlemen, molweni ngakhona. We are meeting today. I thought maybe program director will just indicate, but of course I must just say that some colleagues have been just calling just to indicate that there is a challenge, as you know, that we are living in South Africa, that they could not be part of us because of the challenge to get access to come this side. Indeed, Program Director, it gives me a great honor and pleasure to bid a very warm welcome on this celebratory occasion on behalf of UNISA Eastern Cape region with SEDU amongst us, colleagues from Pretoria. Allow me to tender my great gratitude to each and every one of you for really finding time to be with us this morning, going to the afternoon. It takes a lot of sacrifice that you have really set time aside to be with us, and we understand that some of you you have left your desks just to be part of us on this auspicious occasion, the occasion to celebrate the 150 years of UNISA, the University of the Land. That is University of South Africa. That is why we are saying the University of the Land. And I must just say that we are meeting again in the month that the nation is celebrating women's strength and resilience and their contribution to the society in its entirety. It is a month which provides us an opportunity to pay tribute to the generation of progress in empowering women and achieving gender equality to date. We celebrate the brutality that our beloved women are continuing to experience from the men's folk. I just want to indicate the president indicated that the violence against women has become more than a national crisis. Therefore, we as men who are in this room, we really have to make this commitment that we are going to go out there to spread this word. I know that this message sometimes people are saying that we are getting it every year, but it must be said every day. It is a national crisis, and therefore we are called upon to really save the nation from the situation that we are finding ourselves. But join me in saluting and honoring in the entire group. We salute you and even say we are going to be the challenges that you are facing. We are committed ourselves as men that we will stand by your side and defend you. Institution, UNISA, as part and parcel of the society, pays homage and tribute to the gallant women and will continue to support them throughout in its all programs. We are here today to celebrate the successes of UNISA over this 150. But of course, our late former president, Mthata Mandela, when he was saying that education is the great engine of personal development, it is through education that the daughter of a peasant can become a doctor, that the son of a mine worker can become the head of the mine, that a child of farm workers can become the president of a great nation. It's along those lines that the College of Education knew this mandate loud and clearly to say, we are going to make sure that as a college, we should really be producing the teachers that are going to go all out there to produce the very same mine workers, owners of mines that Mandela was talking about, the very same people that are heading the economy as we can see it now today. The very same doctors that we see today, they are from the teachers that we have. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that the majority of the people in this hall today, they are teachers. But I want, program director, that at this stage, that the hall can really put an applause to just honor the teachers for the great work that they have done. Can we give them a round of applause? All of us in this room, of our teachers. I like it, Prof. Mpine, on the 5th of October, people like to talk about the stories of their teachers. Why can't we talk about it every time to just really make them to feel good? Somebody was telling me when we were at the airport that I've just met my primary teacher. I nearly gave up, but still today I'm very old, but I still hear the words occurred in my mind of that teacher that is made. And it is the hard work of you as teachers. It is the hard work of the trainers in the college that really continue to make an impact in our society. And indeed, Mthata Mandela was right when he was saying education is the most powerful tool that we can use to change the world. We cannot go to the CODESA table if you are not trained somehow, if you are not knowledgeable somehow. And indeed, it's upon us to really take these words and make sure that we do our part. The circumstances sometimes that we are working under, that are really prevailing, are so challenging that sometimes you are tempted as a teacher to just throw the towel. Keep on. Continue. Look at what you have produced. And I believe that when you see your product, you will soldier on. You will soldier on. And UNISA, as the biggest university in Africa, in the continent, is producing. When you look at the graduates that we are producing from the College of Education, it is, while rightly so, that it's a very substantial number of product of teachers that are being trained from SEDU. And colleagues, I just want to just give the college a round of applause for the great work that they are doing in this country. Some of you here, you will definitely remember how UNISA has evolved. Dr. Nuku is here, will tell you that this my UNISA that we are talking about, Prof. Ngubane, he does not know what is my UNISA. something that really, when you compare to the way UNISA was some time ago, it is quite something that is really now manageable and easy to really use, user-friendly, that you can do, because people at the time used to correspond. We used to be a correspondence university. We have evolved to become ODL, open distance education, and then now we are now open distance e-learning institution. You can see that over these 150 years, a lot has happened, because UNISA itself cannot be an island. UNISA itself cannot embrace the technology that really is being presented in the world to make things easier for us. And again, it's for the teachers themselves to say, Sedu, you were in Mthata. We are really battling on 1, 2, 3, 4. Dr. Mugu, Prof. Mpilo here has got people, staff members, professors in different fields. Any challenge that really we're facing, let's go and knock at that door and we ask for some support in there. And I'm sure that the support is going to be there. Let me just look this side. I'm so happy that today the college is here, so that class ICC in January, Dr. Mugu, class on the 5th or 6th or 7th January, City 40, 2 steps more than what we have in terms of the matriculation results. Let me tell you, we were at the bottom for some time as the province, but now we are about 3 steps from the bottom, if I'm not mistaken. Can we give the province a round of applause? So really, you can see that things are happening. Province education. I don't know, and talking. It's upon us to say, we should seize that opportunity to really go back to where we were before. And I'm not a speaker here per se, but I was just saying some few comments, observation, to say to each and every one of us. Program director, City wamkelekile, niyamkelekile. Yes, we warmly welcome you, and I'm just hoping that we are going to really make you worthwhile for you being part of this celebration. I'm believing that we do have, even though now the cards after the COVID, the business cards are not working that much, but now I'm still in old school. We're still using them. Let us make this opportunity to really engage the colleagues from SEDU. I'm going to be requesting new program director that maybe, I don't know, before Prof. Mpine speaks or so, the academics maybe can just introduce and stand up so that we can see them, know them. Because abanye, they are part of us, but basilibele apha ephondweni. Ngifuna ukuthi nibabone, nibatsale, nibahwete nethi hey wakuthi kukhona into esoso sesicela, and they are willing to help us. On that note, then, program director, may I thank you for this time to really welcome the colleagues. I'm just well, I'll say I'm satisfied, even though other colleagues that we have invited are not part of this. I must say this, Dr. Mugu, that the chief director, whom I have been working with, Mr. Jasi, I've been working with for this occasion to be like this, is not well. I called him to OP, at hey, and right. But we are at Dr. Mugu, no, my HOD is there. Siyabonela kule ndawo. Nizomxelela nithi no, we did acknowledge ingxaki akuyo. Kodwa ke we hope abakhoyo kuye bamxelele ukuthi, and what is it that we are bringing back to the department? Prof Mpine, Dr. Nuku is going back to tell the Premier about this occasion. We are going to send him some of the clips and what, that it goes there. That we are, as UNISA, one of the people that has contributed to ensure that education in the province is really the same gangathweni, but also it's going to a next level. Sizoyenza i-collaboration, please, singahambi nje singaphathanga abantu. Ndiyabulela kakhulu.
Okay, thank you very much, our RD. He has requested that if the academics can be introduced. Prof. Taule, may I ask you to do this? I know it was not part of the program, but because there's a request, if you can just kindly introduce the academics that you came with. Let me, hey, protocol. Dr. Luvalo, he's a booty. Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, sengibonile ukuthi I'm making a mistake. Please introduce the academics that you came with. If they may come, then Prof. Makwe can take over.
Good morning, everybody. Molweni. Ndicela nje ukwazisa okokuqala maniqale ngamqala. Ngoba izinto zihamba kanjalo. Nguchezile uphambi kwenu. Uloyiso igama kwaluvalo kulamhlaba wakwaBhaca eMountfreya. So kuthethwa ngabantu abaveliswe liphondo abasuka apha ephondweni, nami ndiyavakalela ndingomnye wabo. Kodwa ke maniqale ndazise abasebenzi esebenza nabo kulamzi wasePitori kubizwa ngoba UNISA. Sino Dr. Masilo izangaphambili sibe no Professor Taule. Please colleagues, when I call you then you will come. And we also have Dr. Chauke. Same Dr. Chauke. I also see Dr. Kumalo. Who else is there, colleagues? I can't remember. Dr. Ma? Oh, Mrs. Muhubuya. Mrs. Mahetlane. Oh, Dr. Ngiti. Chegas. Who else am I? Mr. Mputi. Then Dr. Mazibe. Miss Nagani is angaphambili as well. Okay. Oh, can I give them the opportunity to? Okay. Mr. Chiti. We are a big family, colleagues. I'm also going to ask if you can assist if I'm forgetting someone, please. We are too many. We are the mother of all universities, indeed. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna quickly take this opportunity, just 1 second for each person to introduce themselves and their specializations. Let me start with myself first. I'm responsible for M&Ds at the College of Education. So if you have any issues or you would like to apply to study to do your M&D at the College of Education at UNISA, I'm the person to talk to. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, colleagues. My name is Ntabiseng Mahetlane. I am from the Department of Inclusive Education. I am working with differentiation, adaptation, supporting, whatever you think of policy, inclusive education, see us, I'm there for you. If you need any assistance, I am here for you. Just to show you how to make sure that all of them, they are accommodated, colleagues. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Ngidi from DILIC, Department of Language, Education and Art and Culture. Anyone relating to languages, all the HODs, masters, doctoral degrees, come, I'm going to be a good supervisor. Thank you.
Good morning, colleagues. My name is Karabo Mukhoboya. I am from the Department of Psychology of Education. I am what we call a psychometrist with specialization in psychological assessment, your school readiness, your careers assessments, with also a passion for autism and special needs. And yeah.
Good morning, colleagues. I'm Matsidi Sotaule. I'm the acting manager of teaching practice and supervision and training supervisors. Thank you.
Good morning, colleagues. I'm Dr. Deliwe Kumalo from the Department of Psychology of Education, an educational psychologist by profession, and I'm also a very passionate life orientation teacher in the system of the UNISA. Thank you.
Good morning, colleagues. I'm Dr. Mutsidisi Masilo Ndlovu. I'm from the Department of Mathematics Education, and we do teaching in mathematics education and supervision of MNDs in maths education. And I was privileged to be working in the Eastern Cape with communities in Mount Aleph and Bizana. And we conducted some intervention there, and I would tell you that the outcome was very positive. Thank you very much.
Good morning, colleagues. I'm Dr. Margaret Chauke from Seju in the Department of Inclusive Education. My passion is more working with the school-based support teams to support them with intervention strategies so that when they go back to their schools, they support teachers and teachers support our learners so that they should be where we are today. Thank you very much.
Good morning. I'm Gabriel Mputi from the Department of Mathematics Education.
With that, by the colleagues that we have, thank you very much. And
Thank you very much. Thank you, colleagues. And the surprising thing is that I don't even know some of them. Yes, no, because of open distance learning, we work from home, and that is the nice thing about UNISA. Now, can I call someone to order? Our dean, are you not an academic? No. Yes, I am. You know, sometimes when you are wearing two hats, even me as a program director, I'm like, why didn't I go there? Because I'm an academic. But that is what happens. But what I like is that Ntante Huang has said on behalf of myself and Prof. Makwe, we actually work in the field of open distance learning, and our task is to support all of you with research. For those that have PhDs, you know we've been coming here to try and get you guys to publish the works that you've done. Those that were there before COVID know this is home for us. And also we assist with the development of proposals when you are doing your master's and your PhD. So we are actually availing ourselves to you to say COVID is gone. Yes, it's still here, but now it's no longer killing people. can you invite us again, either technologically or even physically, to come here and support you? This is one of the provinces that actually gained a lot from the programs that we were doing. There were many publications that came from this region. Mrs. Holomisa will tell you she's published in open praxis, and that's an international journal that has high impact. So when we come to your region to support you with research, we are not coming here to eat sandwiches and samosas. We are here to make sure that we produce. There's a return on investment when we come. So make use of us as a department, and in the process, your kitty, your research fund will grow because you make your own money. Thank you very much. May I then request the Eastern Cape Chairperson, SRC, leadership, Uskolile Lukongolo. Some vibe. What is happening there? I don't like where there's no vibe. Faranyana, something nyana. DJ, I'm going to fire you. I don't need tired programs.
Mthata elithuba ngibulise apha endlini, because apha eMzantsi Afrika sine 11 official languages. Yes, 12, sorry, thank you for being corrected. Akunyanzelekanga ndiphele elwimi loqhina kakhonono ondlebe ezikhanyilanga, but somehow I will speak it, because I cannot suppress my language. Yes, thank you very much. The one that is standing before you is Kolile Kongolo, the SRC chairperson, the outgoing one. Thank you very much. Ours is simple, is to support the program. We applaud the UNISA for attaining 150 years. We also, as a student, regret the decision of the minister, Blade Nzimande, for wanting to put our university under administration. We regret that in all levels. As a UNISA student, we acknowledge the initiative. It must produce a good result, because leaders stick to meetings in the boardrooms without implementations. As you initiated this program towards the end of the year, when I come back to the results, at least in this initiative we benefited so much, because the implementation is dololo. UNISA has produced quality teachers, but in this region, there are few learners that have benefited, because I'll be harsh to some region, because some of our students, particularly here in Mthata, in the region called Inland, when
You see, we are Africans, you stay please. Thank you, leadership. And I think I like what you are saying. We cannot be parading our poverty. You cannot assist me. You remember what the right hand gives, the left hand must never know. So we cannot now be demanding people that were funded to be moving around saying, can you please give me a job? I'm poor, so please give me. It's not fair, and I think it's good that you've pointed it out. But being a law student says, can you please put it up in a way that will actually briefs and what you guys are there to do, to change the thinking and the mindset. Thank you very much. Can I then request Dr. Pini Longiti, who's going to give us the feedback on school visits? This is a young man. I hope he's going to do like a young person. Oh, there you go.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Greetings to the stakeholders, provincially, to the district, school principals, and teachers that we have in our honor today. We also want to greet the regional staff and the SRC, the leadership. We also want to greet Dr. Nuka from the government. Sorry about that. So Dr. Nuka, the acting HOD to the Department of Education in the Eastern Cape, our mother, Prof. Makwe, our dean, Mama Ngubane, Prof. Ngubane, and everyone here at present today. It's been a great honor to be here at this province. We certainly learn so much, and there are many aspects which have been raised from our visit, which I'm going to be trying to deliberate on. Firstly, the first school visit by the Psychology of Education. People who were participating was Dr. Kumalo, Miss Mkhubuya. The school visited were St. Patrick's Secondary School and Mthata Community Secondary School. Oh, St. Patrick's. Please forgive our pronunciation. It was found that the school is easily accessible, although it was difficult in locating it as reported. However, our colleagues did mention that they were well received by the principal, Mr. Nzimane, who gave us an overview of the school and its performance. The team introduced itself and everyone else in the school. You'll forgive me, colleagues, because of time, I'm not going to touch on almost everything. Now, these are the areas of concern. The struggle with finding qualified LO teachers. I think this speaks to what you are raising, leadership. They do not receive teaching practice student from UNISA. Although this comes with different view, because there are schools which were really not happy, Mama Dean, with our students based on different reasons. Okay, some staff members needed more information on how they could further their studies, the bursary availability, the high rate of school leavers with no jobs, and other different problems. And then the responses was to say that they will grow their own timber in LO concept, or rather it was discussed with positive reputation. Then UNISA timber also did explain different programs offered by SEDU, and then the mental health and the self-care for teachers discussed. And then this is the school emblem, and then we found the school to be easily, like we have said. And then these were the areas which were discussed, which was the parental illiteracy, the lack of parental involvement, child-headed household, autism, NGOs involvement, and grade 10 mainstream placement for students. Right? And then these were their beautiful pictures. They were trying their best, but we are going to see the best soon. All right, this was Tilak, the handsome ones, which was attended by myself and Mr. Chidi. The school was essentially established in 1994, and then since then they only had 2 principals. Because I was part of the school, I'm really not going to read on the screen. Here, the main problems was that they did, I'm going to talk too much on the teaching practice students. They recently, this year, they had 2 students, and the one student did very well, which Dr. Mama Ulimkan. What she did, she took our student to Walter Sisulu to help her to have a proper lesson plan, because she saw that there was something lacking. Although with our second student, the student did not really respect the statutes and the regulations of the school, came late, you know, and very dodgy. As a result, the school decided to let our student go, which is really a very concerning factor, which I think Mama Dean, because she's here, will really try to see how to improve this. Okay, and then this is ourselves and the beautiful school. You can see the handsomeness there, and the beautiful teachers, and the beautiful students. The ones that are coming, they are going to be trying in their own best. Yes, the Department of Participant were Dr. Masilo and Mr. Mputi. The school visited was, yeah. You know, this is the good thing about technology, is that we can all read. All right. Then there were areas of concern which we decided to tabulate. Well, I will say this: most of their problems were common. As a result, I will not give repetition to the same discourse. Okay. They did engage with learners and teachers. Dr. Shawuka shared the purpose of the visit and the background of the university, and they were very excited, and Dr. Masilo and Mr. Puti shared the information related to the course offered in the university. This is to promote and to encourage people, or rather the staff and everyone else, because I think it's very important to also mention that we did give the emphasis that we are not only going there to people who are teachers and students in grade 12, even those who are securities. There are special offers for them to encourage them and build them to be better and in. Okay, this is them trying their best. You can see there Mr. Putti with his, but he was trying. The Department of Inclusive Education, Mr. Chauke and Miss Mahentana. Sorry about that. I'm not sure if we did repeat this. Sorry about that. And then these were their beautiful pictures as well. Okay, now we decided to call them Old Mkulus because they are all from the different departments. So we are from the Yarich and then the Mkulus. Yes, they visited Umbu Village Secondary School in Umbu District. Yeah. No. It's okay, Bazalwan. It's okay. Yes, it's okay. I think it's worth noting that Ms. Zandi is very beautiful there because we know that she's belonging to the Department of Delik. Yes, and then this is them at the school. A very beautiful visit, and the size of the school which the team visited has been significant. It had a significant growth in its enrollment, moving from 200 to 450 students. The principal, Ms. Batandwa, who took on the role on an acting basis, highlighted the challenges the school faced previously. They have been making efforts to improve their academic performance, especially in comparison with the neighbor town schools. Their progress over the last 2 years has been commendable, with performance surpassing the neighboring schools. And then teaching staff and subjects, the school has total number of 11 educators, which includes the principal. I think it's worth noting that the school has got a very a small capacity. And then these were these discussions on, or rather the approach on the mathematics, which was highlighted that the progressive approach towards mathematics in many advanced countries. It was pointed out that building a strong foundation from an early age, like grade 8, can provide more robust platforms. All right, and then the SGPs did their own input, and Mr. Shabalala also did mention that the school is very hands-on. They are very collaborative and integrative in every approach they take. All right, I'm just trying to not be behind time. And then we have got science and technology, which I think we really have to applaud what they did. Prof. Dr. Mbiza took it to himself to also do the projection and teach the students, which was very, very good of him. Please clap hands for him. All right, and then in this one, the group did do they did the intervention and also had a thorough discussion with the teachers how to assist students and the teachers as well into improving their teaching approach or methodology. Then it's just a narration of what I've been talking about. Like I've just said, they presented a lesson on electromagnetism and electric circuits to grade 12 learners using the simulation in the presence of the teacher, which was really a very humbling type of a practice. And then this is himself. Yes, he did very well, but you know, the looks are also very key to some of the things. Bazalwane ndiyabulela. I'm very thankful of the opportunity. Siyabonga. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I must say, in all the reports that we've received in the other regions, you are the one who has made it more exciting. I think it's about the looks. And thank you very, very much to all the teams that went out there and met the teachers. One thing, as I call our executive dean, is what you mentioned, Dr. Ngidi. When we were at the airport, as I was checking in, because I was wearing the UNISA t-shirt. The lady that was, because I wear a Duke, so she had to check me. Then she tells me, I'm actually doing my last module. I'm about to complete. And then she says, I'm actually going to be a teacher. I'll stop being a security here. And this is what UNISA is about. It's about changing careers. It's about giving hope to people. And I said to her, look at me properly. If God keeps us the day of your graduation, please look for me. I will remember you. And I said to her, if ever I come back and you are here, I'll introduce the executive dean to you. So by the time Prof. Makwe had come in, she had moved away. But I will remember her face because I made sure that I look at her. And each time we go around, colleagues, I've always said the power of this pen. I'm heavy-footed in the driving. So whenever the traffic cops stop me and they are trying to write a ticket, I offer the pen. Yeah, they stop me and I say, don't you want to use this to write the ticket? And immediately I take out the pen. Do you know what happens? My sister has a problem. I don't know. So and so has not responded. I don't know, my wife, what. So it's not a bribe, but it's to say, use each and every opportunity to support your students. Even if I might not be able to do it myself, but I immediately give them my number and my email address, and I make sure I do whatever. My assistant Teboho knows. I'll say, Teboho, can you please get hold of this person? They were giving me a ticket and they forgot about the ticket. So let's provide support, because this university has a social justice mandate. We are here to change the lives of these people of this country. Thank you. So may I request Madam Executive Dean. By the way, this is my mentor, and I think he has mentored many people. She has mentored many people. She has recently been appointed as a dean. Now, for those that have worked with her, you know how the approach. So therefore, I will request you, can you just congratulate her? Madam Executive Dean, please come. Thank you. Morning. Molweni, Dumelang, Sanibonani, Buemwa. Thank you so much, Eastern Cape, for welcoming us. The warm welcome that we received from the Eastern Cape is really, really appreciated by the college and the team. Thank you very much, Ntate Mutale, for opening your arms, and you've always done that. When I came to you and I said, we are visiting regions, and you said the place that you need to go to is Mthata in my region. And that's what we did, and we said we wanted to celebrate 150 years with teachers. And the reason that we want to celebrate 150 years with teachers is because education is a mother of our profession. And we are everywhere. So we wanted to make sure that we come to Eastern Cape so that we are able to see the students that we are working with, the teachers that have gone through our hands, everybody. And you will not even sit in an aeroplane or in a taxi without meeting someone who has not been at UNISA. So that's the impact that we have. But sometimes we sit in Matlanek on the hill and forget to come down. So we decided to come down here to celebrate with you our 150 years. Ntate Mutale, thank you so much for that warm welcome. Siabulela, and we really felt the warmth when you welcomed us. And even when we discussed this matter with you some time ago, you really wanted us
to be here. And you moved mountains to make sure that we get here and we are very comfortable. Thank you again. And I need to acknowledge the acting HOD of the Eastern Cape Education Department. I realize that you have a lot of work, but you still make time to come and be with us on our special occasion. Thank you so much, Tata, for being here. There are a lot of people, our student, represented by Mr. Sikolile Lungongolo. Thank you so much, and we really, really appreciate it. I know that our academics who drove and who flew and who came here to support each one of you, their work has not gone unnoticed. So we really appreciate that they were able to go to these schools. And you know, it's not, for us, it's about the presence of being here amongst you. Not even about where we are going, but just to say we are present, we are here at your service. The vision of the university is about towards the African university, shaping futures in service of humanity. So colleagues, I really want to appreciate the work that the teachers are doing in this place, in this part of the world. And we have seen the numbers there where teachers have to teach many learners, more than 400, and there are only 8 teachers who are teaching those learners. So really it's a big concern. According to the Department of Education, almost 45% of teachers will reach pensionable age in the next 10 years, sometime even less. So by 2030, 45% of our teachers will be leaving this. So it's important that we continue to train. It's important that we continue to ensure that there are teachers who are going to teach our children. If I just give you an example, we need, if we have to reach the teachers, the need for teachers, we need 25,000 a year. 25,000 for us to meet that level, but currently we graduate 15,000, so there's a 10,000 shortfall. So this is one profession where I say there will be no time in your career that you don't have a job. There is so much need for teachers. We may not be considered a scarce scale, but we are a scarce scale, because without us, no matter what they say about technology, without us, you will not be able to teach those children. But having said that, we also have challenges for the new teachers who are coming into the system, because we will be teaching. Even yourselves and even those that will be coming in the system, those will be teaching for the next years. They will have to deal with children who don't know how to socialize. Children who grew up with cell phones, and I'm sure you are dealing with that in the classroom. They will not listen. They won't stand like me here and listen to you. So it's upon us to come up with ways of empowering you and teaching you, instead of throwing the cell phone that the children are aware and they are comfortable with learning from. We use it to make sure that at least something is happening, because that's how they learn. Whether we like it or not, change is uncomfortable, but change has to happen. Secondly, we will be teaching children who don't know how to socialize. Remember, these kids were stuck in their homes for 3 years without anything but their cell phones, so they don't know how to socialize. Maybe we need to bring back that core curricular activities, because those were the things, your choirs, some of us who went to school many years ago, we had choirs, we had basketball, netball, soccer. We knew that on Monday is choir, Tuesday is debate, Wednesday it's sports. So all those core curricular activities may need to be brought back, because then we need to teach children how to play. teaching now, children now don't know how to play. So that's the biggest challenge for us and for yourselves to say we need to do things differently. Now today it's not about teaching, it's just that the teacher in me comes alive when we talk about these things. Today it's about celebrating UNISA's 150 years. UNISA has been around for a long time. As I said, that education is the mother of all profession. Even when, before UNISA was established, teacher education was already there during colonial era, during that time. So we have been in existence for 150 years for a reason. We have been in existence for a reason, and it is particularly important for us to celebrate these years of resilience. And remember, we were operating on a stage where the people believed that education should happen on face-to-face. But we operated even during that time. So our role as a university is to shape the future of South Africans and other people in the continent and the world, because we have footprints around the world. It's not only in South Africa where we are. So maybe just to give you a bit of history, the University of South Africa started in 1873 as the University of Cape of Good Hope. So maybe that's why, as a profession, we are people who give people hope. And when this university was started, it was called University of Cape of Good Hope. So we are here for a reason, to give people hope and shaping those minds, those young minds, as we give people hope. So when it started in 1873, it was started as an examining center for Cambridge and Oxford universities in London. And remember, we were colonized by the British. So these were the people who came with education through missionaries, and then they started these universities. So all South African universities, I don't care which one, they all were started through UNISA. So that's why I call UNISA a mother of all universities in South Africa. There's no university that is older than UNISA. And when they started as little colleges that were supported by UNISA, and then they became fully fledged universities. So all of them, your University of Pretoria, UCT, I'm not even talking about this recent one, but the old ones have been started by UNISA. And then at the time it was still an examining body, and then it became a correspondence university in 1946, and it was the first distance education university in the world. It still remains the first in the world. It's the first correspondence distance education in the world. So even during that time, every university, every open university or distance education in the world came here. And we are the grandmother because we gave birth, and we actually are midwives to all the universities that are here in the world, especially distance education universities. And part of the advantage and the good thing about UNISA, it's the only university in this country that had opened opportunities for all people, irrespective of races. Even at the height of apartheid, this university opened doors for black people who were excluded, for people who were in prison. Your Nelson Mandela got their LLB degree while in prison, and thanks to UNISA. So that's why it's important for us to go to places like prisons and all these other places, because our business is to make sure that people have access to education. Our business is to expand educational opportunities and make sure that people have they have what needs to be done. And yes, initially it was primarily to provide training for teachers. Many of the open universities, that's how they started, because of the huge shortage of universities in Africa. But for now we are providing a number of qualifications. So it's important for us to acknowledge that we are part of that history. When you are an alumni of this university, you are part of a bigger picture. So we are very proud and happy today to celebrate with you, our students, our alumni, people who made it happen for us and who made sure that we are assisting you as you move forward. In conclusion, we are here to support each other. It's not only one way. We are here to support each other. When we go to school and we find your challenges, we need to turn those challenges. Sorry, colleagues? We need to turn those challenges into solutions. It doesn't help for us to sit here and mope and wait for someone to do things for us. We have waited for long and things kept on going down. So this, we need to claim back the education space as our space, as something that we are very passionate about. There is no country in the world that doesn't take their education system seriously. From the young to the oldest, they take their education system seriously. Do that. We are building the future of this country. So our role really as teachers is to shape the minds of those kids who are going to be adults in 2040. So we need to perpetually think that we are dealing with people in 2040. It's not about today's problems. It's about future problems. It's about future problems that a teacher in 2050 or a student in 2050 must be able to solve. So we need to be creative. We need to think differently. We need to think outside of the box. So it's important for us as your teachers to ensure that we equip you with the necessary skills to do that. So colleagues, I just want us to enjoy ourselves today and have fun as we celebrate the 150 years of existence as a university of the land, the only university in the country that still has the name tag of that is named after the country itself. University of South Africa. So colleagues, thank you so much for this opportunity. Yeah, the program director, yes, yeah. The program director has just told me to introduce the acting HOD of Eastern Cape Education Department, Dr. Sois. It's also our alumni, the alumni not only of UNISA but of SAID. So this is our product and has been in the schooling system for a long time. And Dr. Nuku, over to you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Prof. Thanks, Prof. Mage. Ale.
So, but I think I didn't like that.
Yes. I think.
So, you might go and put up a fucking balloon, you know.
Ina.
Singa
Yeah. Yeah. I get that emotion. I get that emotion. Yeah, you say. Makila, Makila, Hey, thank you, program director. The leadership of the University of South Africa here present, Mr. Mthata, the executive or the Eastern Cape Regional Director, Executive Dean, Professor Pine Makwe, month of August. Malibongwe, igama lamakhosikazi. The staff of the University of South Africa, alumni and everybody here present, I greet you in the name of my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen. Colleagues, indeed, I also want to greet, my colleagues from the department and our dearest teachers who are present here. In the 150 years of UNISA's birthday celebrations. Quickly, I think I will have failed if I don't introduce this young man next to you, Mr. Mthata. He's just gone out to the Payana, who is the director in this area. He was whispering to me that, having been inspired by me, there is a program that he is currently doing with UNISA. We can check on that because he must declare the name of the program so that we can really be sure that it is true. Colleagues, I think even before I go further, as I was seated there, I just wanted to respond very quickly. I never prepared this, but I have to respond to it spontaneously. The SRC chairperson, when he was addressing us here, he spoke a lot about the planning syndrome by us as managers. Managers who sit in the boardrooms without implementation. And that is true. I'm taking this from chairperson of the SRC, from the book written by Goldsmith and Rita. Now, they say that we tend to be superior planners and inferior doers. It means that you are true as managers in in our areas of operations. We need to really ponder on this and think very quickly about how best we can implement our plans. It must be planning, implementation. It must not just be kaya planning, implementation. Implementation. So otherwise we will not make any impact if we continue planning without implementation. You are very honest, young man. Keep it up. Now, after this powerful message by the executive dean, Professor Pine Makwe, I'm tempted really to say that when she is addressing, the importance of teachers, in the teaching profession, I quickly, Googled, because I am an old man. I quickly Googled and found, a suitable phrase or quotation rather from the book written by Haim Jinot, Teacher and Child, a book for parents and teachers. This book says, I'm quote, "I've come to the frightening conclusion that I am the decisive element. It is my personal approach that creates the climate as a teacher. It is my daily mood that makes the weather. I possess tremendous power to make the child's life miserable or joyous. I can be a tool of torture or an instrument of inspiration, etc., etc." Bendizawuthi nawe ke uzifundele loo nto. Prof, is actually indicating that there is nothing that can ever replace the importance of a teacher in the teaching and learning situation. Thank you so much, Prof, for that. I got inspired because I'm also a teacher. And then I said to myself, hey, how I so wish that I was still younger than I am. I would after this this oomph from you, I would really go on, and teach those learners fully. Olisani ningabatichi bajike bangazinto. Hey. You see, thank you so much, Prof, for that. Now, colleagues, coming back to really what I wanted to say today. As I was preparing to come to this function, I've just read a very, very famous quotation from Nelson Mandela, which says, "Education is the most powerful weapon that you can use to change the world." Now, UNISA is making us all proud with the major academic contribution to millions of people locally and globally. Now, this is true hard work by all and outstanding leadership that is shown over a number of years until today. Remember, if UNISA, through its leadership, has been going through with success, supervising and monitoring and teaching people over the years through distance learning, then it then shows the excellent leadership that UNISA has from its inception. Does not mean that there are no problems or challenges, but UNISA remains resolute in understanding that their point of call is to ensure that you tutor, teach, and supervise your learners with excellence. Concluding this point, I read a quotation from John West Benham that said, "There is no institution that can ever improve without being led," close quote. Which means that the issue of leadership, Prof, remains important in every institution. If you are a leader, you go through hardships. Sometimes people hit you, but if you are a coward, you look Now, colleagues, we are gathered here today to celebrate our achievements as UNISA alumni and to think more about what best we can do for this institution to remain its relevant academic excellence through all centuries in line with the new trends of global thinking and technology. Now I'm learning that UNISA is today an institution now which shows the improvement in line with the fourth industrial revolution. Now I'm also grateful that I got my highest academic achievement from this prestigious national institution. And it was interesting when I was doing my doctorate in UNISA. I never met my promoter physically. From registration until we met on the day of graduation. We did not know each other, Professor Nikki Botha. Now, when I was itching to see him, he would always ask, "What do you want to see me for?" And that was the most difficult question. Now, when I wanted his touch, instead he sent me 12 books to read. And then he said, "Read these books, and then tell me if you still want to see me." Then I realized that this gentleman is not eager to see me. And then I soldiered on. Until on the day of graduation, he came to the hotel where I was. He introduced himself to me and we knew each other because he said, no, I need to know you before I present you to the graduation ceremony. That is when we met. Colleagues, indeed, we are here to, not just to celebrate as indicated above, but also to remind you that although you may have won the battle of the hills by being UNISA graduate, there is still a lot that lies ahead of us. We all need to have doctorates in our different fields and even beyond that, because there is no limit in how high one can achieve in life. All we need to is to get rid of low expectations and the defeated mindset, and set for ourselves high but realistic targets. You know, I know after I graduated in my doctorate, my promoter was still talking about something else. And I said, hey, I'm old now. You know, I'm old now. I need to have a pause and look at other avenues in my life. Because I started when I was already a district director. And my wife was always complaining to say that, you know, sometimes I would remain in the office until 12 midnight. Ndithi-ke kuye, ndiyafunda phaya. Ufunda nabani? Ufundeni ke khona nabani ofunda naye lo usistudent naye nomfanele. Kuba kwamantombazana ekufundeni ba ayafunda nawo njalo 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 njalo. Now, colleagues, you know, to indicate the long history of UNISA in the struggle for academic excellence and how UNISA has helped many people, you know, across the globe. I have taken this quotation from Judge Dihang Musenek. He was making a testimony about UNISA. He speaks of two numbers. A Robben Island number and UNISA student number, two numbers, were vital for my continued survival. And yet they served divergent and often paradoxical ends. The one was the ultimate symbol of deprivation of liberty, repression, and human futility. In sharp contrast, the student number served as an icon of goodness. It represented a fountain of knowledge that was life-giving and liberating. This is Justice Dihang Musenek, former Deputy Chief Justice of Constitutional Court of South Africa, who obtained a BA in English and Boer Studies from UNISA while he was jailed in Robben Island. UNISA also helped those who were in jail when nobody else would do that. Now this second phrase is from Amen Katrada. Now he says, I'm quote, UNISA and I both have a strong belief in opening the doors of learning, especially to people who have been disadvantaged in the past. Other universities have had a limited access in terms of what they can offer. UNISA has made a big difference in this, in that it appeals to students not only of South Africa, but to those outside the country. Close quote. That's Amen Katrada. Now I can go on and on because I've taken some testimonies, you know, of people who studied at UNISA. But you know, another one was doing PhD at 72 years of age. That is his testimony, Dr. Adrian O'Sullivan. And then also another first-year student of UNISA who was also giving the testimony then. Now, I will not dwell much on the history of the university, because Prof has, elaborately explained where UNISA comes from. Because I also had a look at the very history of the university. I simply concur with Prof. Now, you see, colleagues, when you are studying with UNISA, especially those days, people would always have a challenge. And when I was looking at all the challenges they had, I found one most important challenge that nobody ever confronted, which you can undermine, the challenge or danger of laziness. Now, people would always cite many challenges. If you go to school and learners fail, teachers will tell you about all the challenges that they confront with learners and with the syllabus itself, but they will never ever say anything about laziness, which is the most killer in every work situation. Now, if you are lazy, nobody understands that he is lazy. And even if you are told that you are lazy, you become furious, because the first response is that I'm not lazy. But why are you not performing if you're not lazy? What impedes you from performance? No, it's other challenges, capacity issues, this and that, material conditions. See? So, colleagues, I've taken this from Martin Luther King Jr. When Martin Luther King Jr. was instilling a sense of now against laziness to people, because those people who are lazy must begin to think about doing things when? Now. I will not, read this quotation, but Martin Luther King Jr. had a call to the Americans who were under oppression to say that we have now come to this hallowed spot to remind America of the fierce urgency of now. Now. If you can stop procrastinating, you can stop non-implementation and do everything when? Now. Now, going further, colleagues, teaching and learning, research and community engagement, are the core business areas of the university, and in each of these UNISA has many achievements to celebrate. Your community engagement as UNISA and how you do things really appeals, to the sentiments of people. People are very proud of the University of South Africa. Now, continuously adopting and improving on its program delivery, UNISA introduced its first so-called signatures course in 2013. Signature courses comprise full online modules. You know this, what I'm talking about. So I'm just reminding you about what you're already doing as UNISA, which is uploaded. To study in UNISA is very easy if you are not lazy. But if you still have a challenge of laziness, woe unto you. Today, as UNISA looks back to its journey since inception, it has a succinct sense of the progress made today. I think as UNISA, you are proud of the progress you have made to date. You have got many successful students that are in this room. I know a number who studied through UNISA, so you should pride yourselves about that. Now, confirming the need for continuous repositioning of UNISA, which I like from UNISA. UNISA is always strategic. Ne? You always reposition yourself in line with the demands at your disposal. Now, confirming this, Professor Makanya, the former Vice Chancellor of the University of South Africa, claims that, quote, above all, UNISA is dedicated to ensuring that the quality and relevance of its offerings is continually refined and improved in line with its commitment to being an African university focused on developing African knowledge and research. Now you go on and on. That's your professor. That is your former vice chancellor. Now, in summary, colleagues, I want UNISA to remain strong, as it has always showing in the following fields which underpin its academic excellence. In other words, I'm saying go on with this good work we are doing. I'm just reminding you what I've picked up from UNISA, that of effective and quality research, teaching and learning programs. You've heard here, Uturangeti, that they were in schools. They picked up, and I know when they were in schools, they had their own objectives. But I think they must have picked up other issues that are there in our schooling system, which they can best advise us as the education sector. Because that collaboration between ourselves and UNISA will best bring, quality results in our schooling system. Effective instructional leadership and management, community engagement, virtually in all the disciplines, and the implementable continuous innovations for system-wide improvement. In conclusion, I wish UNISA a happy birthday and many more years of living growth from strength to strength in academic excellence and continuity in being of further service to all people, both locally and internationally. May the members of the alumni be inspired today to understand that the more you learn, the more you don't know what you have learned, and therefore the more you must learn. I took this from my professor in UNISA. Then he said to me, if you have now attained your doctorate, what do you know? In one word. That is why you should continue learning. So, continue your studies from this institution so that you become real experts in international standards in academic knowledge and service delivery sphere. It is a disgrace when you are called a doctor, but even from the field that you have graduated, you don't even know anything about your field. It becomes an embarrassment. It means that you have not enriched yourself well in your area of specialization. Now, gratitude to the management, Prof, and academic staff of the entire University of South Africa for excellence in their work of building capacity both to their former and present students. I think we are proud because we are former UNISA students. When I stand up before my staff, I keep on saying to them, you can gossip about me, what I don't know, everything else you think about me. But as for one thing, I know that I am a UNISA graduate who knows his area of specialization. So, if you talk education management, leadership, and governance, that's my area of specialization. Therefore, I know that field. That is why I'm now acting as head of department, because I would not be there if I knew nothing. I'm saying to the colleagues from UNISA, we know the challenges you are facing in dealing with students of this century. But those challenges are not insurmountable. Indeed, if I take this from Trevor Manuel, citing Ben Ogre, he says, I'm quote, there are no joys without mountains having been climbed. There are no joys without the nightmares that precede them and spring them into light. The joy that springs from the challenge is profound, and the challenge will always be there. As long as there are human beings, there will always be challenges, close quote. So I think take note of this, my colleagues from UNISA, and continue teaching our students in this century, because they are in your hands. Now, with those many words, once more, I wish UNISA the happiest 150th birthday. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
The standing ovation is actually well deserved. Sir, I'm proud to have you as our alumni. You are eloquent. You keep people focused on you. And if I was to be asked what you said, I know exactly what you said. You are clear and precise. So I think we are very proud to have you as our alumni. Thank you very much for this address that you've given us today. And I think your supervisor will be very happy. You did almost a paper. Yeah, so you could actually extend on that paper and get it published. 150 years of UNISA, you know, thoughts from an alumni. Beautiful. Now, there's a song you were singing that Aksheshe, I like that. The good news is that the food is here. But the good news is that as UNISA again, we don't just come and talk, we come with good news. I grew up in the Methodist Church. For those that know, we normally say, "Ekugcineni siyaxoxa." We call you to goodness, yes. So this is how I'm going to do it now very quickly. Come to UNISA, guys. If you don't have a PhD, the NDP 2030 strategy is saying that we should be increasing the number of PhD holders in South Africa. And with that, it's a simple thing. Okay, listen to this. If now, right now, you have a PhD, can you please give us your email address and your numbers? Because if you have a PhD, you can supervise for us, our students, and we pay you. So that's your side hustle. If right now you have, that's for PhDs, ne? And you can also, if you are with another university or you know someone that is with another university, also give us your details, because you can then become our external PhD and master's examiner. And I can tell you this, UNISA pays more than all universities. Yes. Yes. So you see, again, share. I'm giving you the food in your pockets. Then if you have a master's, also give us your details. If you have a master's degree, you can be our marker. We have high numbers of students. You'll find that one lecturer has 20,000 students. So therefore, we always contract markers to do assessments for us. So if you have a master's, or you know somebody with a master's, give us the details. You see, I'm giving you a side hustle. Again, if you have a master's, we need e-tutors, we need teaching assistants, we need all these things. And then for those that are still doing their masters, in our institute, I'm not looking for people who are above 50. Of course, if I'm not 50, why should you come and be older than me? I can't manage you. So I'm looking for young people who are actually completing their master's, PhDs. Of course, you'll apply and you'll compete with others to come and be researchers. And other departments within the college and outside the college, they are looking for young scholars to come and join. Most of our academics are aging. When you sit down and analyze your department, you realize that almost 8 people are going to retire. So we need people, South Africans, who are going to come in and take over. And again, I repeat, we pay better than all universities. So that was me conquering you to come to goodness, come to where things are happening. Forget about what the media is telling you. This is just politics. The good thing is that when media is talking, they are talking about governance and all. They've not questioned what we do. Did you hear them talking about academics? No. Did you hear them talking about programs are not accredited? No. So the work that we here, who are here at this level, are doing, we are doing it exceptionally well, and we are making sure that we keep our work meaningful to what is happening in the country and in the globe. Then I'll say as I end, those that are becoming teachers, stop sitting at home and saying you are looking for jobs. Other countries are looking for UNISA students. The other week we were in Durban, and I met some young people that have been hired in the United Arab Emirates. Do you know what they were asked when they went for interview? Where did you train? And she asked, why are you asking? We are only looking for UNISA teachers because they know how to deal with diverse students. They can work on their own. And what Dr. Nuku mentioned, they said those teachers to study on their own, lazy. If they have a challenge, they can think quickly. So contrary to the narrative that you hear here locally, that UNISA teachers have a problem. Yes, I know there are things to be improved, but there are other people who are looking for a teacher that studied alone at home, because then they can work on their own without any problem. So these are the sweeties I was giving you. And then now we are going to the last part of the program. I want to thank all the speakers that were here. I think you'll agree with me, none of them actually took long and none of them were boring. Can we do this and then we'll move to this item? And if you guys don't sing, I'll kill you. Wentana mubabonga logo tolayo. Hey, nothing up ball. Anyway, your own person from this region sings that song so well. And you guys, I know. Let me leave you. Let me request our dean. We have small gifts here. They don't mean that all of you don't deserve them. It's just that, you know, sometimes there are those that have reached a certain level. So it's a challenge for all of you to get to that level where you'll be called and given something, a token of appreciation. So this is a challenge. And as the people are here in those positions, can you start seeing yourself also one day being there? Let's not sit there. Steve Bigo says, Muntu omnyama, you are beautiful. Zitande, and all these. So as much as now the narrative is about 350, we are not meant for 350 rand. We are beyond 350 rand. We are meant to work on our own. When COVID was killing people and they said we were going to die, yes, people died, but mostly the black nation that was supposed to die, we stood and we rose. So can we please learn to love ourselves and believe that we are meant to succeed no matter what happens? Dr. Nuru, Head of Department of Education in Eastern Cape, please come. Okay, go on. Yeah, no. The agreement was that if I call you Dr. Pay and you are next, you need to show us some moves. Yes, Dr. Pay, TC Director of TC. That's what. That's it. Director Senior Curriculum Manager. I'm sorry, I don't know how to read the name. I'm Deputy Chief Education Specialist. So, on out. Mr. Nobala, no, in time, I'll call him again. Mr. Nobala, Chief Education Specialist of Senior Curriculum. You are too young. Mr. Lopolo Laki Soji, UNISA Steven. Okay, Mr. Valashia, Senior Education Specialist. Oh, Nanges. Okay. Is that only Dingon? You know this generation, they're busy talking now while I'm here. Mr. Lukongolo, SRC Chairperson. Leadership. Mr. Mthata, former chief invigilator. And then now, you need to listen carefully because now these are just, I'm worried. I looked at this list, it's all Mr. Where are the women in leadership here? Okay, now, gifts, and I'm going to do like this. Can we have the oldest lady here? If you think you are the oldest in this room, come here. Then we are going to check the age. The oldest. Okay, you mad. It's okay. You mad. Easily. 75. I'm 39. 56. 59. 69. 72. Okay, thank you so much. By the way, okay, now the men, the oldest in the men, not staff members. Can the men come? Those that think they are old, come. Okay, stop. Okay, now listen. You see what? Okay. He's guessing this because that's so let me be. Okay, the next one. I want you to listen carefully. If you think you are a woman here who has the highest number of children, come here. Yes. Okay. And I tell you why I'm calling these women. When you have many children in the house, you actually become a teacher. You have to do classroom management in the house. These things, but still you need a winner. Number of children. All the children in table 2, LO teachers, they are mine. From OR Tambo, Postal, Life Orientation teachers, I am here with them. They are mine.
excluding from the one that I have at home. Okay, number of biological children. I six about six. I've got seven. And we have okay. If you think you're the youngest lady here, come here. Lady, youngest. Kichimani, Ibani. Isani, yeah. Okay. Give me the number only. 26, 26, 25, 23, 30. Tell me. Last one, last. If you think you are the youngest amongst the men, come. He's up. Okay. If you remember those days, they were those days the eligible bachelors. Yeah. Number 24,
26, 25.
4, 23,
22.
21. Okay, now listen, it is funny. With the ladies, they set their numbers and they accepted these ones are like the one please. Okay, let's do like the ladies. This says it's 22, we accept. Thank you, gentlemen. Oh, you know. Like that. Thank you so much. Okay, now the last. Thank you so much for being game, guys. You know what? You are the best participants ever. Yes, thank you so much. So may I request Dr. Molotia, who's gonna come and do a vote of thanks, and then you can get closer to the food. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Molweni. That's better. I'm standing between you and lunch. So it depends on how you conduct yourself. Otherwise, I'm going to keep you longer. I'm joking. I just want to greet everyone in here, the VIPs. Greetings. VIPs. Only these ones. I'm greeting everyone. You are all VIPs. So it looks like you don't know that you are VIPs, but you are all VIPs. As we celebrate 150 years, this event, I want each and every one of you to have a picture in your mind. But this picture must be a beautiful picture of UNISA. We know there are things that are not so good, but let the picture be beautiful as we are celebrating. We have heard so many good things about UNISA since its inception up till now. So I just want you to have that picture as we are closing. I stand before you today as a proud UNISAN to express my heartfelt thanks to all of you, more especially those that made the event possible. And I believe all of us here have made the event possible. To our colleagues from the College of Education, under the leadership of Professor Makwe, thank you very much. I'm extending thanks to you as the Executive Dean, acknowledging everybody, your entourage. Thank you very much for making this event happen and for bringing it to this part of the Eastern Cape. Many people want to go to where the beach is. They ignore this side. Thank you very much for bringing it to Mthata. We appreciate. And as we are celebrating our 150 years, brought to us by the College of Education in this area, this is an opportunity for us to network, to establish areas where we can work together, to support one another, to support our students, so that they can produce good quality graduates. You know the country, where the country is going. We are seeing global forces that really impact all of us, technological advancement. So we need everybody to put their hands on the deck so that we can lead this country to greater heights. And I've seen the program director has done it very well with the marketing of the university. This is an opportunity again for us to market our programs, to call on all of you to say that if you have taken a break, come back. We are here for you. And I think I will just use this opportunity to also do a bit of marketing. I am in student support, academic student support in the Eastern Cape region. You are not alone. Don't despair and sit alone and be frustrated. I have my colleague, Mrs. Holomisa, and other colleagues from the Mthata Center. We are here for you. If you are challenged with technology, come to us. We will sort you out. If you are challenged with academic writing, we know it's a problem, come to us. We will sort you out. So we are here for you. I just want to briefly, before I close, highlight a few important things that I've picked up from the speakers. The SRC chairperson, leadership, wherever you are, you challenged us so that we do not just plan, but we need to implement and we need to show by the results. So we need to have fruits to say that we have indeed planned, but these are our products. And the works should speak for themselves, not anything else. Dr. Ngiti, as you were giving us a report on the school visits, I picked up a few things, and hence I'm making this call to say that those that need support, they can also come to the center. We will not be able to, we might not be able to help you with the content, but we will be able to
to point you into the right direction in terms of other things that you might need. And as you were speaking there, I picked up a few things like the quality of students that we produce, because when we have a UNISA student going to a school, that student it's representing the University of the land. So, and we do not just teach content. You do not just have to pass with flying colors, but holistically as a student, we expect you to also have the full package. We know the attributes of a good employee. No employer wants to attract somebody who does not adhere to the rules and regulations. So we need to really close those gaps with our students. And I also picked up the issue of English is not our home language. I know as we are working in universities, the challenge from students from the basic education sector, academic writing is a serious challenge, but we cannot keep on saying it's basic education, it's basic education. They are here landing on our doors. We just need to hold each other's hands and do something to assist them. Hence, in the regions, we also have support programs that teaches students on how to really construct your paragraphs or write in an academic language, because it's different at a university. And Professor Makwe, as you spoke about the issue of the high numbers of teachers that are retiring. They are taking away their knowledge, they are taking away their experiences, and the shortfall that we have is in terms of graduates we produce. We really need to do something about that, because like I've said, with the advancement of technology and the global forces that affect all of us, we need to be on top of our game in terms of imparting the necessary skills that will enable a teacher, a 21st century teacher, to be able to stand in front of the class and teach learners, groom leaders of tomorrow. We need good leaders, and once we have teachers that are well equipped in terms of knowledge, in terms of skills, we will be able to have good students that are coming from those teachers. And as we are preparing future leaders, I believe the important thing is for us to support one another, find solutions together. Dr. Nukus touched on a lot of important things in terms of leadership. Leadership is key, because when you are led, a good leader is always seen by the products. If you are a good leader that are coming from you, that might even do the job better than you. That is where we see a good leader. So leadership remain important in institutions, and we really need to look into that. And as you spoke, I was thinking in my head the qualities of a UNISA student. We have heard that UNISA students were preferred, because as a UNISA student, we see that independent learner. We see that learner that is able to navigate when challenges are there to find solution. We see a leader that is self-driven. I mean, a student that is self-driven, a student that is focused. You have your time schedules, you have a timeline to meet, so you really have to prioritize. UNISA is really giving students opportunities to build those kind of qualities. And I must say that at UNISA we have a vast number of support programs, and it's a pity to see the generation of these days, our students are not, I don't know whether it's because they do not know, but they are not using the support programs that we offer. When we look at what we have now, and we look at the possibilities that technology brings, you compare to the UNISA back then, when it was the postal system, things are much easier. is completing his master's. Can you? This is the person. Go to her and leave your details. Then we'll take it from there. Don't make a mistake. She's here. Then number 2, I request this table to please go start dishing. Then after that, let's just, they are going to coordinate so that we are not all there. Yeah. So can you please start? Then we'll call another table like that so that we can dish a bit faster.